let's take a look at Seth now, because he was one of my favorite main male characters ever written. And one of the things that I thought was so powerful about this book and about his story is you're talking about PTSD. And that really was not the language at the time. We still have a difficult time talking about that and attaching it to the things that we experience, but he's very clearly going through something in the book. One, what made you want to incorporate that into this story? And talk to me about how you wove it in so beautifully, because you really did.
So when I first started writing Memories of You, Seth was completely different. Like he was this confident character, he was an entirely different lifestyle. But I wanted something that was a little bit more real because I wasn't sure if I was ever going to write another book again. So I figured if I'm only going to do the one, I'm going to do it right. So for me, I actually struggle with PTSD myself. So it was kind of in a way, it was very healing because if you have PTSD, like you're still a normal human being, like you're still going about your life, you're still finding love, you still have your daily tasks to do. But while you do that, you also have this constant companion of trauma. And with Seth, especially, even though he has these external goals, he's still struggling the most with what's inside of him and coming to terms with that. Because for, the first half of the book, he's very much kind of dealing with it by himself and he's kind of shutting it down until he can't anymore. And then once that happens, he has this support system that is like, we've been here this whole time and we're willing to help you. And for me, with my life, I've found that. I found this support system that was there willing to help me. So I wanted to talk not only about the trauma, but about the community that is willing to help you when that happens. And that just kind of came out of me. That was another thing. Like I just say, like, oh, I more or less I birthed this thing that, but when I wove the trauma because it was so central to his character, it is part of his cornerstone, that was just as much important to me as to not just the what Seth was going through himself, but how it affected everyone around him.